got my number figured out, a motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, if I lose the fight, I still rage against the night. Don't box I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine.
4.
Hello, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Dysfunctional Gaming's Talking D&D. This is episode 68. 68. So many. I'm with GMPatchNasty over there. I'm Thundercat. How you doing, GMPatchNasty?
I'm good. How are you?
Move your microphone in your face, please.
I don't want to move my microphone in my face.
Now I can hear you. Are you good?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Yeah, so this week we're going to talk about something that we've started last week, 2 weeks ago. But before we get into that, let's talk about our last episode. Our last episode was all about clerics and their subclasses, their domain, their divine domain. And if you wanted to catch up on that, episode 67, where can you find those things, GMPatchNasty?
Hang on, wait. On the links provided here in the Twitch chat, or if you're not in the Twitch chat, you can go to Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube. Look for Dysfunctional DND. That's N as in Nancy, not M as in Nancy. Or you can join the Discord, and then you'll be notified every time we go live, and then you'll know when Talking D&D is, or if we won't be doing it. So you should join your ass in the Discord. What are you doing?
Good evening, Fuzz.
Fuzz. Apple, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, all the place for your ear and eye potatoes.
Mm-hmm. I do something here. I'm trying to do something. Nope, can't do that. Okay. What? I couldn't hear you.
I watched your train of thought go.
Yeah, I was trying to figure something out. All right. So this week we're gonna talk about Bremmorth Academy, the fine and dandy homebrew that GMPatchNasty thought of. I'm going to ask him some questions, and hopefully he can give us some cool, fun answers. This might be a shorter. This might be a shorter episode. Free to ask questions. But yeah, throw out the exclamation question out, and we'll take care of you.
At this point, there's not a lot of people in there. Just fucking ask away. If I can't answer the question, I will do my best to answer the question without giving away things that I cannot give to the player that I am on the podcast with and the player that is sitting behind me.
I won't metagame that way, even if you did. Still. So if there's stuff that you want me not to know about, just tell me. I'll take my headset off.
Fair enough.
So let's start off. What made you want to play this kind of homebrew?
So I went on that nice vacation, and it was lovely. I had a fucking blast in Harry Potter world, and I was like, this would be fun as D&D, because there's not a lot of fighting in Harry Potter until the very end of it. And I'm fairly capable with myself, so I could spice it up differently and use other universal properties that they license or have on site, and put it into a fantasy wizarding D&D Harry Potter style campaign. And I don't know, throw like Ghostbusters names, wrestlers. Well, what else have I thrown in there so far? That's been real easy. That's about it. That's all I've really thrown in.
Fuzzrep says he's loving Bremmorth Academy so far, but that Branson guy is an ass, though.
Well,
before we get into before we talk about the characters, let's get some more information on the world itself. So are you basing a lot of the lore around the Harry Potter stuff, like but making it, you're obviously making it your own, but using it as inspiration? So they go, so like if you've watched Harry Potter, or read the books, which a lot of people have, that's very 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 huge in the nerd realm now. But
well, yeah, there's 2 theme parks now.
Yeah, so like, you know what's going to happen, I guess, from a player's standpoint, because or you at least know the spots that you walk through. You'll be like, okay, I get this part. This part is where we're gonna buy our stuff in the lane where everyone buys everything. Oh, okay, cool, great.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, now we're at school and you're gonna explain like a classroom and be like, oh, this is that one classroom that I probably saw in the movie. Like, so, I mean, so that will help with like the painting the picture for people, I think. But along what lines have you like strayed away from?
Well, the first off is the fact that it's Harry Potter is a singular character as opposed to a group of people.
Yep.
That D&D is. That's the biggest big switch I had to make, because you're all orphans as opposed to just one of you is orphans and going that way. There is going to be there's going to be that big bad evil guy that tried to take you guys out before, you could be whatever. But that the differences are like, it's first off, it's Americanized. So it's that way. It's got the D&D rules set. Basically what's going to veer is plot and people's names. Gold Nads, yeah, kind of. Or no, it's Bank of America.
It's Bank of America.
Yeah, the Bank of America.
Now you're like sprinkling in like some of the actual Harry Potter lore, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What have we seen so far in the first 1.5 sessions that is like straight from Harry Potter?
Nothing.
Okay.
Well, the premise, really, that's all that you've seen so far. There's nothing that's been really been given. But if you've read the books and you know the way that story unfolds, as the way I'll be DMing Bremmorth, granted, the plot will change. The way the plot is pervaded to the players will stay fairly relative to how the books went. Like, you don't get a lot of like the super, super bad evil like Voldemort fights in the Harry Potter books until like he comes back in 4. Spoiler alerts. If you haven't read them, come on now, watch the movies. But that's where it's going to, because I don't want to keep all the names, everything the same. Like, I thought about keeping Quidditch and I was like, it's America. It's fucking baseball. There's no way it would just be Wizards ball because we're lazy.
Spaceball.
Yeah, Spaceball. But there will be like foods that I will keep, like the candies, the spells, the way like the spell works will stay the same. But right now it's mainly the storyline itself, the way it goes.
Thanks, Dara. How's it going, Dara? What? Okay, so I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. I've watched all the movies. I'm not a book reader, so I haven't read the books, but what things that are like, what are the things that you've changed, that like the monodrones that we had the other night? That's not from Harry Potter, right? Yeah. So like,
so in Gringotts, it's goblins.
What did you do?
It's so in like Harry Potter, the big bank is Gringotts,
yep.
And it's done by goblins and a trolley system. So I thought, well, we're not. Well, I mean, it's set in the 50s. I mean, we could have something that would be enslaved to work for us, but I was like, no, I'm gonna go with the 50s like sci-fi style and do the monodrones, because that's kind of monodrones are literally, they have one task that they provide. Duo drones go on that way. And I was like, you know what? That's funny that they work in a bank. I think that's very funny as a D&D fan.
I thought it was good. So now, like other similarities that we might see later on, something like that. Is there anything that you could give away right now?
If you're familiar with Hogwarts, there's like house ghosts. Ghosts are not in the campaign, so I will have to switch it However, there will be the house pixie. So instead of the house ghost, there will be like different regional pixies, like a Cornish pixie or like a Scottish pixie for each different house. That's what I changed for that because I had to take away the ghosts for things to be named later.
Actually used as ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not because, yeah, I know what you mean. How's it going, Darrow? Thanks for stopping in.
Hey, buddy.
We're talking about Bremmorth. If you have any questions about the DM of the campaign, ask away.
GM of BA Academy, Bremmorth. If you have any Harry Potter ripoff style questions, please feel free to ask away in the chat.
Will we have talking pictures or an approximation of them in the campaign?
Absolutely. You will absolutely have talking pictures.
Yes, one house is a beaver, Wombat. Definitely it is. Yep.
Yes. The Big B beavers. I will give you the houses.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's talk about the
So if you're familiar with Harry Potter, they're named after, famous wizards like Slytherin, Salazar Slytherin, Rowena Ravenclaw, Helga Hufflepuff, and Godric Gryffindor. So being a D&D fan, I immediately went, well, let's name our wizards after like famous wizards from D&D. So you've got the Mordenkainen Mountain Lions. You've got the Big B Beavers. You've got the Autoluke Rams, and you've got the Asarak Armadillos. If you know anything about D&D, one of those is immediately a bad name that you don't want to hear. And if you know anything about Harry Potter, one of the houses is notoriously known for housing dark wizards. So 2 and 2 equals bad. I'm a Slytherin, just to put it out there.
We talked about some other names. Can you give away the names that were not used?
I don't remember them anymore, to be completely honest with you.
I know one of them was a manticore.
Yeah, so I was gonna use like mystical beasts, but like the manticores, I was gonna use like gargoyles, something along those lines. But I changed them to keep them like to make them sound like sports teams.
Yeah, alliteration basically.
Yeah, to have that. Plus, also, I was going crazy with the O, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't know anything." So let's go with Ram, O-R, Oregon, I guess.
What else? What else do you want to talk about that you can give away about the campaign?
So the campaign, you're orphans. You're recently learning that you're wizards going into an arcane academy. Where we left off on the episode, you started to get a little bit of backstory about your parents from Professor Stance, and heard about a cataclysmic event that tragically took all of your parents' lives, including Phineas's parents. That is going to be like the focal point of like finding out a little bit more and what really when we get to that, that's when it's going to be like, oh shit. And that's basically the whole Harry Potter style. Like you find out like this dark wizard killed his parents, but he's not really dead. He can't really die because he's got this weird way of keeping himself alive. And then he eventually returns and he's basically all powerful. And then you go down that path of eventually the big meetup between them. But getting there is going to be fun because I'm doing my best to incorporate like different eras of Universal like pictures into each like type of I want to say book that we go through. Like this one is basically a lot of Harry Potter references and setting up seeds for future references that'll happen on Plane. Like here's another giveaway. Your divination teacher is Professor Brown. Take it in. Think Universal movies. Think Universal rides.
Oh, Doc.
Think about he's a doctor.
Doc Brown.
Professor.
Doc Brown.
Yeah, Doc Brown, who knows how to read the future.
Because okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So
I like it.
yeah, there's gonna be like subtly
I
little
gotcha.
nods. Yeah.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna try and like intertwine like different like plots of that. But
Okay,
if you
so
ever like
we don't want to give away too much, obviously,
Right.
but
Let's get into the characters that you have playing in your game now. And
well,
let's
first of all, I'm gonna say right now, if you haven't seen the one of the most brilliant Universal Pictures movies ever, you need to go out right now and go watch The Breakfast Club, because that movie is fucking phenomenal. And this cast of characters that we have kind of like almost emulates it just a little bit. Go on, Thundercat.
Are the students going to have familiars?
That's up to them.
Okay.
They are all.
Oh yeah.
One of them could.
I could have a familiar, definitely.
Right.
So that's true, because we do have the availabilities to get them anyways from being wizards.
Yeah.
So so speaking of the students, let's talk about the characters, the students that you have decided to bring into Bremmorth. Let's start with your fiance, Beth's character, Scarlet Thorn. Let's talk about her. What do you think about her?
Emo kid. Kind of fits the Allie Larder role from Breakfast Club. I also know that Beth is a huge Harry Potter nerd. So I figured that you would love to play it like this. She is also a warlock. For those who play D&D, she's a great old one warlock. So that is a goo. That is she. I believe the star is what it refers to her as, or she refers to it as, and it speaks on feelings. Right now, she's so far wandless because microphone. Yeah, so far wandless. So we'll have to figure out what's going to happen there.
We're still in the store.
You're still in the store, so she could potentially grab anything and see what happens. But you've been a player for me. That's good and bad.
Yeah, who knows? But that's what makes D&D awesome, is the unpredictableness about it.
But the good thing is like Danny and Scarlet right now, since they have like that bond, because Danny's super obsessive when it comes to like learning, and Scarlet, talks to a voice inside of her head. The occult thing, they can kind of like immediately start talking to each other about. So that's an easy out for me as a DM. Be like, all right, well, I know Danny's going to go talk to this person, or potentially find someone new, or talk to Scarlet. It's gonna be fun to see what happens as we go along.
What about Danny? Let's talk about Danny a little bit more.
Danny I feel is
dysfunctional dad's character.
There it is. DD, not a big movie fan, or not a big movie watcher, so this is gonna be really good. So like most of the movies that will be referenced, a lot of people have seen.
Yeah,
he won't even.
He won't know what's going on. So yeah, he'll know about it, but he won't know the stuff going on about it.
But yeah, he's gonna be moving the plot along. That's really what I found out. He's the Anthony Michael Hall of our Breakfast Club. He's your nerd who got detention because he brought a flare gun to school after someone taped his butt cheeks together or something like that. But he's an artificer, so he's the only one who doesn't have a subclass yet. When we eventually get to level 3, we can figure out where he'll be going with that. I'm hoping he goes with the armorer. Oh yeah.
Vandal's character is Vertoli Petroli.
Petrol. I don't have my notes up. It's Pertoli Valerini.
That was it.
Valerini, yes. Druid, Circle of the Moon, aka an Animagus. For your Harry Potter fans, really not in the Breakfast Club archetype, if you think about it, because He's not really the badass. He's not really the popular kid.
He's like the trailer park kid.
Yeah, he's like
He's like Kenny.
he's like he's like one of the outsiders.
I was thinking
because coming, yeah.
That South Park group.
But that's going to be fun because I don't think I've ever seen him as a healer, and since he's the only one who's really got healing magic, yeah, that's going to be fun to see him fill that role and see what happens when you guys eventually get into combat. Lastly, you've got Branson O'Neill, aka Emilio Estevez from the Breakfast Club. You're probably gonna get yourself into the most trouble, which will be good because then you'll get to know teachers on the off time because you're probably gonna be the first person I give detention to. But you protect your friends. The group dynamic that you kind of like help push along with it.
I guess I'm playing the character well if I'm getting booed.
You are.
I'm the heel. I feel like I could see where these guys like it in the wrestling business.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, a reaction is a reaction.
Hey, that's
as
what
long
I'm
as
saying.
it's not silent.
People notice me.
But like Branson's probably, as I said, going to be the instigator.
Who's also a wizard. Let's talk about our other character, Phineas.
Butters. Yeah. Butters is a cleric.
I figured he was.
He's the only cleric, and there are reasons for that.
Is my stream buffering again? What the fuck?
Yes. Hold on.
I don't have anything on. There's nothing going on. It's probably my wife using the TV out there. I'm gonna have to unhook it.
But yeah, Butters
the TV, don't let her use it.
Is the last paladin.
Okay.
Or last cleric, last holy man. And I can't talk more about Butters. Can't talk more about Butters. You have to talk to Butters to figure out more about what happened to his parents. Because as far as you guys know, he says his parents are alive. But people are crazy. And I play crazy pretty well.
Yeah, he didn't say, he said that he got his money from his parents. He didn't say that they were dead or anything, so we were yelling at him about having parents. I thought that was hilarious. And then I was like listening to the stories, and I was like, man, we kind of just jumped right on the train of him having parents and not like listening to what he had to say. But in my defense, Branson didn't care.
You're never gonna listen to what.
Yeah. So, but like in Kevin, Thundercat was like, man, we really didn't give him a fucking chance. Branson was like, I don't give a crap. I made Branson thinking he was going to be like the farm boy, like the 6 foot,
like a bumpkin.
Yeah, the 6 foot tall, 200-pound farm boy that's 12 years old.
Buzz has a point. To be fair, he was put in the bin.
He was put in the bin because everyone kept sending him out to Branson. Nobody else picked up on him talking to them. They didn't want to talk to him. They kept sending him out to Branson. What do you think Branson's gonna do?
Stuff him in a locker that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Or hit him with a fucking street pole.
Yep. Get out of here.
But yeah, that'll be your reoccurring characters, the solid 5. I like to have a 5 adventuring party. And then you've got so far the least favorite NPC I've voiced. That's just a wrestler turned up to 12. But yes, Professor Hausen. Mm.
Oh, motherfucker. Guy's
Just
a
say-
friggin' Ponzi scheme in a box.
So most of the shit that I say is things that I've heard from his vlog. Like he wants to buy a blimp. He has coffee house. He has a little coffee sponsorship. It's Coffee Hausen.
Oh god.
He has his merch Hausen.
I like it.
Love that Danhausen.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious,
really
and I was
funny.
like, "Oh, I could talk like this for about an hour." Yes, it sounds like a bunch of fun.
Is there anything that you're looking forward to in the campaign?
All the bait and switches. All the bait and switches. To be honest, because like knowing that most people kind of have that general grasp on your Voldemort, Harry Potter type of lore. And when I'm gonna swerve it and do silly things, that's gonna be my favorite part. Like, I mean, I'm just gonna say this. Jurassic Park is a huge Universal Studios franchise.
Oh, I figured you were gonna do something Jurassic Park when there's dinosaurs in the books and stuff. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. There's not a lot of dinosaurs in the books. To be honest with you, there's like 3 dragons. Not a lot of dinosaurs. I don't think there's any. In Harry Potter.
I'm saying dinosaurs in the D&D books. Like you have the have the access to they're already statted. You could just be like, guess what? Here's some dinosaurs. That's what I did. I was like, they're in the book. I'm gonna use them. Why wouldn't I use them?
I love having that asshole NPC because I can get away with things. Like, yes, you are in charge now. You don't know what that means, and then they find out that they're leashed to the person who is in charge. That was, it was the 2 times they tried to run away, and then they were leashed to Mama Scarlet, and then they learned. That was probably my favorite moment of that. Or canceling sports for the next day. Yes.
Yeah, that was
no
so
sports.
bullshit. But I like to know that shows like how powerful he is, though. Like, so that's another thing you got to be like. But Branson doesn't give a fuck. But
no, of course not.
As a player, I'm like, damn, that guy's fucking powerful. He could cancel a whole day of everything.
No sports for everyone. No practice.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
And regarding Bremmorth, I can't wait to play more. Yeah, that's really I want to play it more. I can't wait to get to like the 3rd leg of the story, and you guys start to like realize what absurdity I'm doing with this, and then you to go fuck you, Patch, and then DD to just have no idea.
Are the teachers going to be loosely based on the teachers from the series?
I'm
sure some of them. I was gonna say some of them must be.
Yeah, some of them will. Like Professor Flitwick, I love Professor Trelawney, but having Doc Brown be my divination teacher I was like, I have to. I'm probably gonna keep Hagrid just because I love Hagrid, and you can't go wrong with Hagrid. I've already taken out Dumbledore.
But you have someone that's like Dumbledore, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's if you've ever seen Ready Player One, it's Ogden Morrow, not the guy it's the other half, the one who's still alive. So it's Simon Pegg basically from the movie. Like I'm trying to remember offhand without pulling up my notes which teachers I kept. I know I didn't keep Snape. I couldn't keep Snape. I didn't want to do a Rickman and then have it become a thing. But there will be a couple of names. Like I know spoiler alerts, you will see a Mad Eye Moody. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited for it. I'm really excited to reveal the bad. That's gonna be the fun part. It's not Voldemort, and it's something I love. It's true and dear to my heart, and it's gonna be the moment of the campaign that people are either gonna love it or hate it.
Oh God, I can just imagine. I can just imagine what it is. All right. Well, I think that's a good little mix of stuff for you. Yeah, it looks like the stream did stop here. So we lost you guys for like a minute, but I have the recording. It looks like it's fine on Twitch. Stayed on Twitch. But
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so let's figure out what we got going on for the rest of the week here, and then we can raid on over to someone.
Yeah. So what do we got going on Friday?
Friday, we're going back to the Garaxian grind. We have our next session with Vandal Zero as our DM. 10 p.m. On this station here. Hopefully my internet stops being an asshole. And then Saturday we are going to be off. I am going to the festival right next door to my house to drink beers with my parents and my wife.
My
My parents.
I was like, did you stroke out for a second, Thundies?
I was gonna say my Papa B, but that doesn't work. So then I tried to say parents, and just went into pa. Tomorrow.
You sounded like a
let's
sheep.
see what do we got. Monday we'll be back with the survival night with DD's on a little vacation this week. He'll be back Friday. And
why don't we have a
back
picture of
Monday.
DD eating a turkey leg?
'Cause
Why
he didn't
can't we
send it
say
to us.
DD's on vacation? Why DD? What is up with this shit? Go eat a turkey leg right now. I'm gonna send you a Discord. Motherfucker.
What do you got going on? You gonna be streaming again? Because I got home and I was like, oh, look at that. GMPatchNasty's live. I didn't expect
And
that.
live for 5 hours too.
Yeah.
I beat Detroit Human. I want to beat Marvel Superhero 2 because I started it and I want to finish it. But yeah, that's currently what I've got going on. If you want to know when I'm going live, check out the Twitter at GMPatchNasty.
You should
be in
play
the
Mass
Discord.
Effect.
It's on the list of things in the stream folder. Right,
You should play Mass Effect.
How it's going is it goes Marvel Superheroes 2 Lego, and then Guardians of the Galaxy, and then I'm doing all the Dark Pictures, and then forget what's after that. Star Wars Fallen Order.
On stream?
Those are the Yep.
All right. When?
Probably tomorrow night.
Hey, look at that. Tomorrow night, check out GMPatchNasty. I will also be live tomorrow at some point. So check me out tomorrow. Thundercat0420. And also live on Sundays.
Important thing to remember is if you want to any subs that go to my channel or bits or anything they all go to Extra Life. So if you want to do that while I'm streaming, do that, or click the link over there and donate money to Extra Life because kids need the help. And you got $2, give it to them.
And I also am raising money for Extra Life, but I don't have my link like that.
You don't have a button you can just push?
Nope, don't care that much to make a button for it. You can just go to my links and find all that stuff. You can actually find it right on my Twitch page. That link right there will bring you right to it. You can just make the donation right on my page. Bam.
What, like, I'm waiting for the link.
No, the Twitch TV, Thundercat04.
Oh, that link. Okay, that one.
I've already
Okay.
put it in there. He knows what he's doing.
The one before. Oh, okay. I was waiting for a link. I thought there was another one.
With the bod.
I know, he was there for the whole Detroit Become Human. I really wish I would remember that stupid kid's name. Fucking Connor.
Connor?
No, the only one who died was Connor because I couldn't remember Mr. Krabs' kid's name. Because I hadn't played the game for like 8 months. I was like, is it Anthony? And they just go, bang! I was like, oh, well, I guess it wasn't that.
All right, well, check us out then. Let's go see someone who's live.
Let's see. The boys at OSW Review are playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teal's playing hockey.
Large car going by.
Sounds like a big one. Throg's playing Fire Emily. Okay. Pete Gunn's playing Dead by Daylight. Obsob is playing some Phasmo. Ned is playing Super Mario, man.
Thanks, Fuzzrab. Sorry about the buffer beast.
Wheelchair Andy's playing Fortnite.
You pick. Put it in the chat. Let's go.
That's a lot of power. Is Bob Ross streaming right now? No. Dang. Let's see what Ned's doing. Make sure I go to the right Ned Ryerson. 2 N's. Yay, that's the right Ned Ryerson. Yay. The other one's a teddy bear.
To the end screen.
To the end screen. Oh. No.
He's not there?
No.
No, he's not there.
Solitaire. No. Ready? 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 No, he's not there. He's dead. I think he died. I think he's either.
Wait, hold
either
on.
he's playing dead.
Hold on. We're going to talk about this here. Did you say he's dead?
I don't know. He's just laying there.
Randy's
Ready?
dead, guys. How did you kill? Did you kill him?
We're good. Well, he got.
You
into the
murdered
gummies.
Randy? Is that what happened?
He got to the gummies. He's
Oh.
probably he'll be fine. Hopefully.
Oh, my bag is empty. What the hell, man?
I see. That's what happens. Looks like you need to get more gummies.
He gets the whole bag. That's 300 milligram. He's fucking tripping.
Well, he's breathing. He's breathing. That's good. We're good. We're good.
All right. Well,
Bye, everybody.
good luck, Randy. I hope you feel better. Bye.
Fucking